All right, this morning I woke up and had a look at Redfin data because Redfin likes to give me information about how long houses have been on the market. So, guess what? It is April 6th, and we know that last month we were seeing 63 days on market for the average 60 days on market. And now, as of the beginning of April, we are seeing a drop to about 53 days on market for homes for sale. So this is kind of along the lines of good news and seasonality. My name is Nancy from Nancy Chu Homes. I'm a realtor here in Northern New Jersey. And in my 20 years in the business, I've sold over $500 million of real estate. Okay, so let me define you what a stale listing is, okay? We did have stale listings all the way through February. Now, that is a listing that has been sitting on the market for at least 60 days before going under contract with a buyer. Now, I am going to tell you that that kind of makes sense because December, January, February, those are the holiday seasons. You tend to see less buyers come out. We have seen a tick up in interest rates. So I think there is some buyer hesitation. And do not forget, January, February, we had and even through March, we had terrible weather. It was like snow all the time. And it was freezing, like deathly cold in a bunch of different places. So it's not terribly surprising that some of those listings sat for a while. It makes sense. But now that spring is here, I think we're seeing an uptick in the real estate market, even despite the fact that the interest rates have gone up. So that means that the number of properties that went off the market in like 2 weeks or less, that definitely has gone up over the last month. Once again, point to spring market. All right. This does not include houses that, of course, were delisted by sellers. This just means that houses that went under contract. And of course, we do have some good news on the horizon for home buyers in general, and that is the rate of home price increases has slowed down. That does not mean the house prices went down. It just means that the rate at which they are going up has sort of slowed down a little bit. All right. So we don't have to worry about, skyrocketing prices so much, kind of like during, the COVID-19 pandemic. Don't forget, there is a correlation here between the higher interest rates and the slowing down of home price growth, right? Because if the interest rate's a little bit higher, I'm certainly not going to be able to make as high an offer because my monthly payment's going to be, affected by that. I will tell you that I do think it's important to remember higher interest rates are actually not a bad thing for buyers in a tight inventory market, because it means that you're going to reduce the amount of competition. There's going to be people who just aren't ready or feel like they shouldn't. So if the rates come down, we are going to see the prices bump up again. So the truth is, it does not matter when you choose to buy. You're either going to get a lower rate and get hit with a higher purchase price, or you're going to get a higher rate right now and then hopefully manage a lower purchase price. And then if it were me, that's what I would do, because then I would refinance when the prices came down. And don't forget, a lot of mortgage companies will do at cost refinances for you in the first couple of years after they do your loan. Just talk to your mortgage company and ask if they're willing to do that for you. Okay. Let's see. Median sale prices were definitely just a little bit lower because in parts of the country, you are seeing rate cuts. The cuts that you are seeing are primarily in the South and the West. All right. If the property's been on the market for a little bit, you're going to be able to negotiate a lower price. Of course, this all depends on your local market. And so the West and South, you're seeing price cuts, but you're really not seeing price cuts in the Northeast and Midwest, which of course is my market, the Northeast. So basically houses are selling pretty quickly as 2026 progresses. But the rate of sale is maybe just, a little bit of a breather, which is good. Unfortunately, if you are in the Northeast, you are still seeing a ton of competition. All right. So please make sure you are working with a real estate agent that knows how to fight for you in a multiple offer situation, because I'm telling you now, there's definitely still multiple offers. Every listing that I brought on has anywhere from 7 to 14 to 27 offers on it. Okay. So that's kind of where we're at. I just wanted to give you guys a little update for the beginning of April, since it is the end of the first quarter. So that's the reflection I have off of the end of the first quarter of this season. All right. Thank you very much. I will see you guys next week.